Hi everyone, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. So in today's tutorial, we're going to be learning how to sew this beautiful wrap dress. So if this is the first time coming across my video, thank you so much for stopping by. Please hit on the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified once new video drops. Okay, so let's dive right into today's tutorial. The first thing I will do is to draw a straight line across here. This will serve as my starting line. Mark half of your shoulder measurement plus half an inch stitching allowance. Okay, then come down by your armhole depth. Our own is 9 inch. I'm making this for my client. Then I will just connect the point this way. Then I also on that same point I'm going to spot out the half of her shoulder measurement. Then from the upper side I'll connect it to this side. So mark 3 inch for the neck width, come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. Go ahead and connect the shoulder slope to the neck width. Okay, so measure what you have there on the armhole, then divide it by 2, mark the midpoint, come inside by half an inch. Okay, then also mark quarter of her bust measurement. Okay, mark it there, then use your curve ruler now to connect the 3 dots you have. So the next thing you need to do is to mark your half length. Her half length is 16 inch plus 1 inch for allowance, that is 17 inch. After marking, I'll go ahead and connect the line this way. Okay, you just mark like this. So after I was done with that, I'll come down by 3 inch. This is for the neck depth. So this is the back piece. After cutting the back piece, I'll use the back piece to cut the front piece. Okay, so you can come down by 2 inch for your neck depth of the back piece if you want. For my client, I left it at 3 inch. Okay, so divide your bust measurement by 4, mark it, add your allowance, do the same thing on the waistline, mark quarter of your waistline, then add the allowance as well. So after that, I'll mark half of her nipple to nipple. Her nipple to nipple is 8. I marked 4 inch there. Then from the shoulder, I came down by her bust point. So I'll just connect it this way. After connecting, I'll label as the bust point, label as the shoulder line, label as the chest line, also label as the waistline. So I'm going to now connect the half of her nipple to nipple, then give half an inch on both sides. This is for the dart intake, okay? Before marking this dart, you can already saw when I added the allowance and I did not include allowance for the dart. Okay, this is because I don't want to make any dart on the dress, but the reason why I made this dart here is in case you want to add that to yours. Okay, so if you want to add that, you can replace the 1 inch, okay, on that allowance, okay, on the waistline. So for the neck depth of the front piece, I came down by 7 inch from the upper part. Then I'll just use my ruler to make a V shape. Okay, just connect as V shape. Okay, so this is the this is the neck depth of the front piece, and the other one is for the back piece. So I'll just label here as back. Okay, this is the back piece. All right, so the next thing I will do now is to transfer this to the actual fabric. Okay, so I have transferred the back piece on the actual fabric. I used this pattern to cut the back piece. Remember I said I will be cutting just the back piece first. Then after cutting the back piece, I will now cut the front piece. So after cutting the back piece, guys, this is what I have here for the main piece. Okay. Once I'm through with that, next thing I will do is to cut the round neckline. So for the round neckline, remember I came down by 3 inch for the back, so you can make yours 2 inch. The reason why I came down by this 3 inch is because my client has this kind of neck bulge. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what to call it, but I guess you understood what I'm saying. So I'm going to use this now to cut the front piece. Okay, so for the front piece, this is it, guys. I'm already gonna head to place the back piece on it like this, and you can see that I gave a space of about 5.5 inch here. So this will form the wrap effect on the neckline, okay, for the front piece. So what I gave here is just 5.5 inch. You can make it 6 inch if you want. Okay, so the next thing you need to do again is to place the back piece. After placing the back piece there, then come up by 3 inch. Okay, from the front upper bodice, come down by 3, come up by 3 inch. So this 3 inch is for the waistband. Also spot the neck depth of the front piece. Remember it's 7 inch from the shoulder, so I chalked it there. Then I also chalk the neck width as well. So once I'm through with that, I'll now remove the space including the pattern. Then I'm going to connect the point. Okay, you just connect the point you have there just like this. Can you see what I'm doing here? So once you are through with that, go ahead and cut it out. Okay, you cut it out this way. So after cutting, guys, this is what you will have. Okay, you have something looking like this. Let me arrange it. Okay, so this is the wrap neckline. Okay, so now I will cut the flare part. So I'm going to be using this small paper to show you guys on how you can go about the cutting of the down part, that is the flare part. So guys, I'm supposed to use the actual fabric to cut the flare part, but because if I spray it on the table, it always slip off the table. So that's why I said, okay, let me just use this pattern paper to explain to you guys on how you can actually achieve the flare part. Okay, so spread it this way, then fold it in a triangular shape like this. Okay, you will use a 2 yard of fabric to achieve the flare part. Okay, 2 yards. So fold in a triangular shape, then divide waist circumference by 4. So her own is 34 divided by 4 will give me 8.5. Okay, so divide yours by 4. Anything you get, add extra 2 inch. Okay, for the seam allowance. So let's assume what I have here is the 8.5 inch plus 2 inch seam allowance. So after marking, I'll place my tape from that point to that point there. I have 5 inch. So I will use this 5 inch now to make a circle line. Okay, after spotting, I'll go ahead and connect. Okay, so after connecting, next thing you will do is to subtract your half length. Her half length is 16 inch, so I subtracted it, and now you're going to determine the length you want for this gown. So let's assume the length I want for this gown is 21. Then I have to add extra 1 inch for the allowance. Then what I'm marking here is 22. Okay, what I marked here is 22 inch, including the allowance. So I'll just spot it. Okay, after that, I'll use it to make a circle like this. Okay, so once I'm done with that, the next thing I'll do is to cut it out. So this is how you go about the cutting of the down part. So the flare I'm cutting here is for the back piece, as you can see. Okay, so I'll label as back piece. Okay, this is the back piece, that is down part. Now I'll cut the front piece. Okay, this is on a fold. I'll cut the front piece. So for the front piece, I'm going to bring another fresh paper. Then I'll give 5.5 inch. This is for the wrap effect. Okay, you know the flare has a wrap effect in front. So I will mark 5.5 inch for the wrap effect, or you can mark 6 inch if you want. So I will just connect it this way. After connecting a straight line with it, I'll place the back piece, that is the back flare. I'll place exactly on that line. Okay, so place this way, then use your chalk or marker to sketch it out. Sketch the waistline, sketch this side, sketch the downside. Okay, then measure what you have on the flare. It was 6 inch. Then I'll use it to mark the flare length. Okay, after marking, I'll cut it out. Okay, like this. So for this fresh paper here, if you are making this on your actual fabric, you're going to just spread it. Just spread it like that. Don't fold in a triangular shape. Spread it and just do it the way I did on this paper. Okay, so I'm going to label as the front piece. This is the front piece. Now I'm going to cut an extra one piece to make it two piece. Okay, the front will have two piece. The only one piece you will have is the back piece. Okay, so I'll go ahead and cut this out on the fabric. So after cutting this out, guys, this is what I have. Okay, so I used my client exact body measurement to cut this. I cut this out of camera and I already explained the reason why I did so. So you can see the 5 inch extra I gave there for the wrap effect. Okay, and this is the waistline. This is the down part. Okay, so the next thing I want to do now is to start the sewing. So this is the back upper bodice. Okay, I will place the front upper bodice right sides facing each other. Go ahead and sew the shoulder. Okay, you join with 1/2 inch. After joining the shoulder, you are going to now fold this one by 2 and stitch. Okay, if you are sewing this, sew on the tip. Okay, do the same thing on the neckline and on the other side as well. After sewing, guys, this is what I have. Can you see? This is what I had after I was done. The next thing I did now, or the next thing I want to do, is to attach the back upper bodice to the back flare. Then I'll go ahead and stitch with half an inch. Okay, so after stitching, this is the front flay, this is the front flay, and the next thing you will do on this front flay is to go ahead and fold this way. Okay, from the wrong side of the flay, this is the front piece, go ahead and sew. Okay, after sewing, guys, this is what I have here for the back piece, and this is the upper body for the front piece. Okay, and I have also gone ahead to fold the front flay. These are the both pieces. So the next thing I did was to sew this long belt. Okay, the wideness I cut was 3 inch. So after sewing, I had about 1 inch plus. Okay, so I'm going to now cut it into two because I'll have two belts. I'll cut it into two, then I'll go ahead and attach. Okay, so from the waistline, come down by half an inch, then place the belt this way. Go ahead and stitch. All right, after stitching, you will have to also attach the front upper bodice, then go ahead and stitch with half an inch. Okay, just this way with half an inch. Do the same thing for the other piece as well. After sewing, guys, this is what I have. You can see what I have here after I was done sewing. Can you see? So the next thing I want to do now is to attach the sleeve. Okay, so this is a basic short sleeve, and I already fold the hem part of the sleeve, so I'm going to now attach it to the shoulder. Go ahead and stitch or join with half an inch. Okay, so after doing that, I also repeat the same thing on the other side as well. After sewing, guys, this is what I have. Okay, next thing you want to do now is to go ahead and place them this way, right side facing each other. Next thing is to mark half of her round sleeve. So her round sleeve is 16 inch, divided by 2 is 8 inch. I went ahead to mark. Okay, so from the shoulder, I came down by her 9 inch, which is her armhole depth. So after marking, I'll connect from there to the armhole depth. Okay, just like this. So also go ahead and shape the side. Okay, you can shape it with 1.5 inch or 1 inch depending on the allowance you added. Okay, so go ahead and shape. So when you get to this side, you're going to come up by just 1 inch from the waistline of the upper bodice. Come up by 1 inch or 1.5 inch. Okay, then go ahead and sew and leave a space. Okay, leave just a little space at that point. So once I'm through with that, I'll just place on my mannequin. So this is the belt. I'll put it, like I'll insert it inside, and I'll just bring it out from the space I left. Okay, so go ahead and tie, and this is all for the making of this beautiful wrap dress. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.